Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 5, Episode 4 of War of the Rings. We're playing with the Lords of Middle-earth and Warriors of Middle-earth expansions. We just wrapped up round number 3. We'll do a quick recap and then jump into gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, so quick recap of Episode number 3, and then we'll jump into gameplay of Episode 4. We've got here the riders of Rohan facing off against the forces of Orthanc. You've got here a leader and an orc on a ward. They're facing off here in the Fords of Eisen. We've got Saruman on the board, already activated. We've also activated the Eagles of the Misty Mountains. And the Balrog of Moria is on the board as well. The Balrog is activated. So we're going to probably activate, we'll probably look at getting Gandalf into Fangorn to activate the Ents. Maybe activating some of the elves in Lorien. So yeah, let's see. We'll get into it in round number 4. First, we'll do a quick shout out to this channel sponsor, and then we'll get into the gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore down in the description. You check the link out, and you can find books like The Genealogy of Cthulhu, Hermeticism of Hastur, The Alchemy of Azathoth, and The Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. Those and others collected together in the 6-volume omnibus Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence. We've also got Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines, Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, where we deep dive into what makes Frank Herbert's Dune original saga amazing. And there's also Esoteric Saturn Mysteries and our Dragon Mysteries from our podcast series on the sister channel, Pontos Fathom Press. And in Esoteric Anthroposophy and Occulted History, we talk about Tolkien as well. Finally, we've got our new saga out based on Lovecraft's Dreamlands. It's the Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands Volume 1. Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious, featuring the dreamland city of Celeface. The next volume coming out will be Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart, which focuses on Daleth Leen. And then we've got coming later in the year, Stubborn Devotions, Inventing and Forgiving, and Beloved, Believed, Bedailed, which feature the Temple of Hypnos and Lost Carcosa. Now back into the gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Check out our Patreon, like and subscribe, and let's get into the next turn. Okay, without any further ado, let's jump into the gameplay. We've got 2 dice in the hunt area. We'll remove 1 back, so we'll do our roll for the shadow and for the fellowship. And we will got an additional eye that can go into the hunt. A number of army and muster moves. Let's go ahead and take our character die, and we will advance the fellowship 1. Let's go ahead and check with the hunt if they are able to detect the fellowship. And they do not detect the fellowship, so another round they evade the detection. Let's go to the shadow player. Let's check out our cards. So we've got 3 rings for the Elven Kings. We've got the Spirit of Mordor. And we've got a Union of All Our Strength. And for the shadow, we have Black Sails, Web of Shadows, and Lure of the Ring. That's interesting. Those are very interesting cards. Let's go ahead and how do I recruit? Let me see how I recruit the Hillmen. You know, there's all this talk about the new Rohirrim. Let's see the Hillmen of Dunland. If Saruman is in play, you may use 1 muster or recruit faction to bring the Dunlanders into play. Let's go ahead and do that, so we'll add them into play. The Hillmen, 2 in North Dunland, 2 in South Dunland. So we've got 2 there in South Dunland. Let's put 2 in North Dunland. So we're going to bring those hillmen down to Orthanc as well in the next turn with a move. We'll do an army move for those. Okay, so that's going to add to Orthanc's position here. Let's go back to our hero. Now, unfortunately, they've moved in here, so these elves cannot really help them on that line. They have to go and make the attack. Maybe they can wait for the next round, but they've sort of blocked off this elven reinforcements, which is kind of a pain. So let's check our cards again. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use let's activate Elrond. If Sorin and the elves are at war and Rivendell is unconquered, you must use a muster action to reveal the play of Lord Elrond in Rivendell. So let's place, Elrond is already here in Rivendell, but let's activate him. And we'll use a muster action to take care of that. So we'll grab this muster here. And then we'll go back to, so we've got Elrond in play. Let's go ahead now and go back to the army phase. Army phase for the shadow player. We can move 2 different armies to an adjacent region. So let's move this army here, and then let's move both armies here. Something like that, right? Actually, we have to leave one behind, right? So I think we'll have to do it in 2 turns. So we'll use that army move to do that. Next up, we can use a card from our free folk again. Let's say move elves back to Fangorn. Choose a shadow army anywhere on the board that is composed of an army units from at least 2 different shadow nations. Roll 5 dice and score 1 hit against both. I don't see one that's composed of 2 different shadow nations, but we can save that one for down here because that looks like a future use there. Discord an ant, eagle, or dead man from your hand to choose one faction and then card of a different faction. Recruit 1 dwarf. Roll 3 dice and take back 1 used elven ring counter to each result of 5+. Okay, so we can keep that one in the pocket. We've got the hillmen, we've got the eagles. Let's go ahead and I know we're going to remove these guys from here, but what I'll do is I'm going to move these guys to here to reinforce this battle. We'll have to move them next turn. And I guess if I have to move someone else, I'll move someone from... Not sure. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. Let's go back. So we'll use that. That's going to be using this as the card. Use that movement. Let's go ahead and use another leader card from the... Let's summon the Witch King. If the Fellowship is not in an unconquered free people stronghold, you may use a muster action die to play the Witch King, Chief of the Ring Wraiths. The Witch King is this one, I believe. This is the Witch King. No, this is the Witch King. He's riding on this giant one. The Witch King, he gets played... we can place him in his current region where the Black Captain is in the current group. So let's place him in minus Morgul here, because we're not revealed. So we've got the Witch King also on the board. Let's move back to the Fellowship. I believe I forgot to play an army one of these already, because it seems like there's extra ones here. Actually, that army one is played, and then this one will be played, right? Okay, next up, we can go ahead and have the Fellowship players. We'll move again. We'll move this army to here. And we will move, let's move 2 of these to here. Keep one on Dal M1, Eldoris. I think we need to have Eldoris put somebody back in Eldoris, but let's try to, once we can muster with them, we can take care of that. But for now, we can't muster, so we'll put this one back as that move. We'll move the, well, again, we'll use the armies again, the army die, to move these 1 and then 2 for the hillmen. And then next up, we're going back to our final die of the event. We can play an event card or draw an event card. Let's see what we can play for the event card. Play if an ent figure is in the same region. And at least 2 different Shadow Nations. We can't play that one just yet. Let's use a muster to play the. What do we have to do for this? No, we cannot summon those. Let's play a card to, I guess we can use this dwarf card. I mean, it's just kind of a thing we have to do. So we're going to recruit 1 dwarven unit in Erebor. So that's all we can do for now. We're just going to play this Dane's Ironfoot Guard. We're going to place a dwarf, recruit 1 regular or elite dwarf unit. We got an elite unit here in Erebor here, and then we can bring these dwarfs on the move too as well. Maybe we can bring them into Mordor. It might be the way to go. Let's go ahead now and that's the last of our dice for the free folk. For our Forces of the Shadow, we can move Nazgul. So let's move in Nazgul. We're going to move the Witch King from minus Morgul into here. So we use that for that piece, and then finally muster. We can play a card for our shadow team. Let's see which one we're going to play. Servants of Sauron. If Sauron is played, recruit 2 Isengard regulars in each of North and South Dunland. So let's go ahead and get more regulars on the board. Why not? I think they're right here. So we're going to play this one. It's recruit 2 Isengard regulars. Let's make them elites, right? Why not? I've got these right down here. We've got 2 elites in Orthanc, and we'll have 2 regulars. 2 regulars. These are 2 regulars. We'll have them in one in each of North and South Dunland. So we've got a pipeline of armies to come with us. So it's really escalating here. And that's going to end it for our last turn. I think next turn we'll probably try to reveal the Fellowship. We need Gandalf to become Gandalf the White, potentially. I'll do a flyover of the board, and we'll see you guys in the next round. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.